I like Montserrat. We're always okay, but I don't like the W there. Hey Alex, welcome to the stream. Just working on a little variation on the Colorado flag before I get to some Valentine's Day cards. Got a little inspired while skiing the other day. And we're just messing around in Illustrator today. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's start with Montserrat as a W. This is Font Base. So it's a free font app, font management app. It's already activated. I must select the font. Yeah, let's start there. I feel like black is going to be too thick. Let's go extra bold. Oh, we can bring them all in. Let's do them all. I'm concerned that the yellow, once the W is red, how much yellow is in the middle and whether it should be on the bottom or just the top. We'll see. You usually draw anime? What kind of animes? I know some animes, but I'm probably not, I probably don't know a lot of them. I feel like I know the beginner level ones. Demon Slayer, I don't know it. Should I check it out? Let's see, what have I know, Samurai Champloo. I don't know if that's truly an anime. I really like Samurai Champloo. Oh, and what's the one? Attack on Titan. Oh, I'm sorry, I have not heard of any of those. What should I check out if I like Samurai Champloo and I like Attack on Titan? All right, let's just get some crude yellow triangles in here. We'll clean everything up later. Right now we're just trying to see if this even works. I feel like maybe it needs to go, like it needs to go lower maybe than the... I don't have an Instagram yet. I mean, I have a personal Instagram, but I don't have one for the stream. Trying to keep some of that stuff separate. No TikTok. No, soon, hopefully. I mean, that's looking okay. Looks like the Wayland Corp logo a little bit. Let's try it with this. This one's gonna be too thin. We can just get rid of that now. Bring everything to the front. Oh, whoops. All right, let's work with this one for now. Let's remember to save also. Will Lorado flag. All right, now let's try and get sizing correct here. Let's do that. I'm gonna work with separate layers. And then I like to usually just transparency. Get a good idea of it, and then we'll lock the layer. Yeah, the W's a lot bigger than the C. I think that's okay. Let's do that for now. It looks okay. I kind of want it a little more centered. Sizing is decent now. The idea kind of comes together. Not exactly as I pictured it in my head. I think you still get it. I think people still get it. I think it can be centered too. Let's group these. Center everything. It's already centered. Good job. Yeah, I think. Don't like it. Well, let's just call that good. Let's make sure all this is this is how I usually do. Make sure my sizing is correct. Oh. Man, did a pretty good job. I think I'm just gonna, maybe I'll clean it up a little bit. The Willerado flag. Let's leave it there for now. I don't have any other ideas or any use for this in the first place. We can get rid of the reference image. And then let's just make our artboard small. Maybe this will be my new avatar. A Wonder Woman. All right, let's just save it out. I hate how it does that with the pixel on the top. I can never tell if it's going to save it that way. I usually just throw a little bleed on it if it's doing it like that. And technically that's not white, that's transparent. We don't want that. Set that to white. Now the Willerado flag lives. Looks a little weird. I'll probably play around with how much yellow. Actually, let's do that now. I wasn't liking how that looked. I feel like it should be half the distance from the white. Yeah, I think that looks better. Just eyeballing everything. I'm not a corporate graphic designer. I don't care about Pantone colors. and pixel perfect design. Call it good enough. Yeah, I like that better. All right, now we'll call it good. We got a big project ahead of us here. The Willerado flag. Maybe I'll save out a circle version and a square version if I decide to make this an avatar. I feel like to be perfect with the Colorado flag, I'd probably have to get just a little skinnier with the W. I'm not going to do it now, but probably end up something like that, but thicker. Might have to just make it myself. But we'll worry about that for another day. Valentine's Day. I don't know. I don't want to save anything to the cloud. Valentine's Day card. Okay. All right. So here's the thought. I have all of these photos I just took of these really cool flourishes, and these are all different buildings in Vail. And I'm going to go through and vectorize every single one of these designs and then put it together with a really hokey phrase like, will you ride first chair with me? Will you be my Valentine? Will you be my friend even on powder day? I have to work on that one. But that's the idea. But first we need to do hours worth of tedious pen tool work. Let's get to it. Let's just bring all these different images in. Let's go from easiest to hardest. I feel like these stars will be easy. Or maybe we should go with what I know I'm going to use. These will be easy. These will be the hardest. Will I get this done in time for Valentine's Day? No, but I'll get it done for Valentine's Day next year. I kind of want to, like, if this all works, it'd be cool to get some like proper letterpressed cards made, like a limited run. I've never done something like that. All right, this is my reference layer. And we can just call this the pen tool layer right now, or the design layer. All right, we will just make all these just a little more transparent. Some of these aren't aligned the way. I might have to take some of these images into Photoshop and skew them or warp them a little bit. I can probably do it here too, though. Yeah, for this one, let's just skew this a little bit. That feels good. So I can do these stars a few ways. Let's try both. Oh god, that's way too thick. Oh, it's really tiny, that's why. 0.01, can I do that? Yeah, I can. These won't be strokes, they'll be fills, so it doesn't really matter right now what the stroke weight is. I was just wondering if that was gonna mess me up later. So let's just create straight lines for this. We're just gonna grab a bunch of stars and I'll work on these like flourishes. We'll put it all together with some hokey sayings. I'll have some Valentine's Day cards. We don't want fill. So we have this, and then we can use, we have our shape now. How come it's not? I guess we can, is it too small to round corners? Maybe. What is that effect? Just store it. Yeah, I think it's just too tiny. .01. 0.5. 0.05. So that didn't exactly do what I wanted to do. What I was looking for was these little like round corner helpers. They usually show up if you draw like a triangle. Huh, how come they're not showing up here? Does anybody know? What if I just select one? No. All right, well, we'll just do this manually. It seems like these points are pretty sharp and then they round at the top a little bit. We'll just do this kind of quick and dirty. If you don't know about the pen tool, becoming an expert at it is the key to unlocking. Being a good illustrator in the first place, which I'm not, is the key to unlocking good graphic design. But getting good and quick at the pen tool is the other requirement. Kind of hold shift to help you make straight lines or 45-degree. Yikes. This will be easier on larger illustrations, but these are tiny stars. I think this is getting us there. Yeah, it'll have that like nice hand done feel too. Let's do a few more of these. We'll probably do all these here. What a ridiculous looking star. Ugh, that one's a little messed up right here. Let's see if we can just make this thing look a little better. Anchor point tool. No, this one right here just looks ridiculous to me. I think it all looks ridiculous. It's fine. Let's move on. Let's get a few of these circles. This one's got a twinkle to it. I'm gonna get carpal tunnel from just doing this one project. All right, let's do a few more and then we can just start duplicating and rotating them for variations in the design later. See, I feel like I could just do something like this, like but maybe this is like too perfect. Like 90, 20, oh geez. Where's the round corner thing? I think it's just too small to round the corners. Yeah, there they are. Object, expand appearance. Like I could just do that and make a like pixel perfect. But maybe the hand drawn looks better. I think it will. Especially after it gets like letterpressed and printed, you won't be able to tell. Let's leave this one perfect star. Should we do any more? Are there any other variations? We got these stars, we got this thing. That's the same as that. This one has two. Let's do this one. I hope everyone's having a good Friday. I was lucky enough to get out skiing yesterday and got inspired to do some design work here. So I'm making some Valentine's Day cards. Let's just go transparent. There we go. We'll see though. I have a long way to go. When's Valentine's Day? Is it Tuesday? Saturday, Sunday. 4 days. I'm not usually a big fan of Valentine's Day. I've worked the restaurant industry. Valentine's Day was not fun. What a ridiculous looking star. There we go. Are there any other weird ones? It's just dots and... All right, let's call this one good. Maybe rotate that a little bit. We'll worry about that later. All right, we have our first finished vector pieces here. Let's move them over. Let's work on this guy next. These are kind of cool too. I saw a lot of these, what do you call that, decking fence? Deck fences. There's some cool geometric designs here. We'll see if I pull from these at all. I didn't really take any pictures of these. These are all cool paintings on different buildings in Vail Village. Trying to make it look very European. It works. It works in Vail. All right, we'll see if I just create half of this vertically and duplicate it. Kind of don't want to do that. Let's just see if we can create this whole thing. I can't see this. We'll worry about that later. This is rounded too. I feel like I can just... All right, let's just go ahead and make the rounded pieces. Try to make this one a little bit nicer than my stars. All right, when does it start changing? We're going to try to do this one a little more perfect. I've been working in Figma recently, so all my shortcuts are messed up right now in my muscle memory. But that's okay. I kind of want to just duplicate this line. It'll make it maybe too mathematically perfect, but let's see. Reflect. And then here I usually just join these two. I wish I knew a better way of doing this. And then just get rid of one of these points. There we go. That works. I wish I knew if I could see how many people are in here. Does anybody else have Streamlabs? Doesn't matter. I gotta do the work anyways. All right, part one done. What do we think happens here behind this? What is this, a light? What happens here? You think these are connected? Shoot. Maybe we just put a circle there. Maybe we just follow this line. What is that? Way too big. So there's a little art to the pen tool. I don't know if I'm qualified to teach the pen tool, but there is a little bit of an art to it. You're trying to find on a grid, let's back up a little bit. You're trying to find on a grid these parts where so I want my anchor points to be at the apex of a curve. Yeah, I think that's the right word. So like right here, I'd want a point. Right here, I'd want a point. Right here, I'd want a point. And then I can stick to having like vertical or horizontal, I don't know what these are called really, Bezier points. And so this is what I'm kind of aiming for. I'm going to start by creating an anchor point right here, and then and then another anchor point here, and then my Bezier curve will be like this. And then you kind of go, I don't know, a third or a half up this, a third or a half over this way, and I'm just kind of, I'm doing it that way. Maybe this will make sense here in a second, but that's what I'm trying to do. So I'm holding shift and then just starting like, I don't know, a third or a half of this curve. That's going the wrong way. There we go. And then I'm going to hit this point and kind of meet it. Then I'm going to try and hit this point right here. And you can kind of just keep doing that. These curves start getting interesting. Where's the next one? The next one would like technically be like right here. That starts getting weird with this curve. How do I want to do that? It's curving this way. When does it stop curving? You almost need a line or a dot right here where it starts curving the other way. Then you can get some weird artifacts. This probably isn't the perfect way to do it, but Yeah, I can't get perfectly vertical here. What did I do wrong? I feel like I'd have to come all the way out here. It's basically a straight line. It wouldn't be all the way up there, like halfway. Cooperate. All right. Sure. Sure, we'll say that's perfect. And then what should I do here? I almost want to just leave this line here. Let's do it. Let's pretend this circle is part of the design. We'll see if it looks ridiculous later. Ooh. Is that crazy? No, this works. That works. This all works. You just go quick. Don't think about it. No thinking. Just pen tool. Pen tool with the quickness. Can we do that? I feel like that's too much of a curve. Maybe I need something like right here. If I do that, I feel like I can't always stay vertical or horizontal. I think that's okay. It's probably okay. We'll come back and do this inner circle later. Well, there's a few perfect curves in there. It's like a giant, was that like blow up robot? Like Big Hero 6? It's like a giant Enderman Big Hero 6 is what this looks like. Ooh, this line is all messy. I don't like that, but it won't matter. Why is it doing that though? Because this will be a solid color anyway. Let's just go ahead and draw this inner piece. We all need a little inner piece. Okay, cooperate keyboard. Why aren't you cooperating? Why is it doing that? Okay, now you're gonna cooperate. There's a little egg. I don't know. Shrug? Okay. Let's make them both one color. And there's a new install of Illustrator, so I don't have my workspace set up, so I need, what what is that called here? Not a line. What is that tool called? Not a line, appearance brush. Trying to cut one shape out of another. Pathfinder. Also called something different in Figma. There we go. I don't know, little belly button. It's like a rabbit with really long ears and crossed legs, apparently. This will be cool if this idea works. Well, it'll work. With Valentine's Day, it's the thought that counts anyway, right? Nobody will know. Nobody will know that you didn't mean to dry like that. This kind of needs a little bit of a curve on the end. We'll do it in post. We'll do it live. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't love it. What is this shape? It's like a X and an O combined. Okay. Oh, okay. No NVIDIA. Does anybody hit a shortcut sometimes? And you don't know what it did, but it didn't register, but you probably did something to your computer. Windows key, Alt, comma. What does that do? All right, this shape looks definitely different on one side than the other. Will it matter? Probably not. I think it's also because I didn't change the perspective of these photos. That might come to bite me later. But we just got to keep moving. Let's just keep on moving. We got a lot to draw. And I think for these, we want to like round them in a little bit. I feel like we can stretch this stuff later. But we have our second shape done. How are we going to use it? We don't know. We'll call that good. All right, here I have to change the perspective of this, so this is going to be weird. And am I gonna do it 2-color or 3-color? Probably not. I'll probably do 2-color, or I'll probably just cut the yellow out of the inside. Or we can leave it two different shapes so that we can do 2-color. But if we are letter pressing it, then we'd probably only do 1 color. Can we change the perspective in Illustrator? I'm sure we can. What'd we do? Object skew, envelope distort. Transform. Distort. Warp. No. It's a lot easier in Photoshop, I think. Perspective grid. I don't think that's what, I think that's this. I think that's a different tool. Oh, let's edit in Photoshop. I never click this button. Cool. Is it gonna work? It is. Okay, let's change the perspective. How do we do that again? I think we just right click. We unlock and we right click. No, what do we do? Double click? No. Double click here? No. No, Shift Command T. Yeah? No. Can't remember. I can't remember how to do it. How do you transform it again? That's been a while. Plugins. Perspective warp. Oh, I don't think we have to do all this. I don't think we have to do this. Don't apply. But we're close. Transform. Perspective. There we are. All right. No. Yes. No. No. What do we have to do? We have to... What do we have to do? We have to make it... Doing something wrong. What does this do? Okay, now we're getting there. Now we're getting there. Does that make it flat? What do I have to do? I feel like I have to do this. That doesn't seem right. This is feeling better, but I feel like it also has to like come out. What was that? Transform perspective. That looks pretty good. We're gonna call that good. Now we just want a line or something to see what, make sure we're, that's pretty good. Nope. That feels pretty balanced. All right, that's probably the best we're gonna do. We can just crop this for the most part. And now we can save it. Not as a Photoshop file. Let's lock the layer. Flatten image. We want to save it as a JPEG again. All right. Are we updated? Cool. That worked nicely. Oh man, I still have a lot to do. This one's going to be impossible. Just keep moving. 2 out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No. 2 down, 6 to go. Quarter of the way done. I'll probably do this. Fuck, how am I going to do this? Just go for it. Let's go transparency with this. Oh God. Yikes. Let's do these shapes first, and then we'll go back and we'll do the inner shapes. There's also a very quick way to do this. There's a much quicker way to do this. Let's just see how it looks. So I probably have to mess with this image a lot more. But if you come in here and you can image trace, this works better if you go into Photoshop first and you convert it to black and white and you change the contrast. So you're really just getting the shapes. Maybe even use threshold. A shadow could come and mess with it, but you come in here, you image trace. I mean, this is the rough and dirty right here. It's pretty cool. Should I spend the next 10 hours drawing all these vectors? Yes. Instead of just doing this like stamp, this is like a stamp technique. Like, that's pretty good. You can just tell. You can tell when something's been designed like that. And you can tell when someone doesn't know how to use the pen tool. So that's what that'll be my issue. Oh, and we're designing on the reference layer. Let's fix that. I wonder if I can just do it like Willy. I don't like any of that. Let's put in another. Yikes. Let's just put another one right here. It's still gonna look ridiculous. It's okay. Yikes. Hi. People say I sigh too much. I don't like how this curve is acting. And we don't need a fill, yeah. We don't need a fill. Let's just do it like that. So much easier. What a weird shape. Maybe something like that. And that looks ugly. Maybe it'll be tiny. Yikes. That shape came together. I like that one. This one's already messing with me. Let's start over on this one. Let's go the other way. Is it the thought that counts or the amount of time you spend on it that counts? Is it the sweat equity that counts? Ugh, I don't like that. That's dirty. We did it dirty. Just want it to curve inward a little bit. I don't even know what we're looking for here. Maybe we just need another point here. Yeah, that's much better. Just duplicate this. I think we can. And then, yeah, let's do it. Let's make our lives a little bit easier. Let's see if we can just drag these. We'll clean it up in a minute here. What am I doing? Done. Nice. The shape is pretty ugly right here. What did I do wrong? It's not supposed to like curve back in. Do we fix it or do we move? Let's fix it. It's a little worm guy. I don't think we need this point, this curve. That looks better. Let's call it good. feel like I want to stay more mathematically correct. All right, this shape is connected to all of these. Let's do it. Let's just get rid of this line. Maybe get rid of these two. Start from there. Is anybody an expert at the pen tool? You have to master the pen tool. Before you are truly a master. Again. Show me again. Another point. Again. Will I complete this Valentine's Day card, or will I go crazy? Just go quick. Keep moving. Probably disable all of my mechanical keyboard sounds. I don't know if I'm going to be able, I might have to fake the inner pieces here. Look at that heart. Gotta make sure that gets in there. Look at that curve. All good. That's not going to turn out good. Where does this thing go? Oh, is this the rest of the shape? Okay. When I zoom out there, see how much work I have left. Can we do this in one? Probably. That was a nice curve. I like it when they just work nice. Okay, well, now I'm getting sloppy again. Don't get sloppy. Can do this in one line. Yeah, that looks nice. That one worked out. We're almost done with this shape. Okay. That was a big one. I wonder how much I can duplicate. It's a really cool shape. So it looks like I can save most of this. The only thing that's overlapping is that piece right there. Let's get rid of all this. I think we're good. Let's just go back in and clean this part up. These overlap. Should have drawn that as one shape, I guess. Yikes. What did I do? What am I doing? Let's see what happens. Oh, come on. Let's see what happens if I just extend these. I'd say that worked pretty nice. Join these. Yes. Okay, these circles should be easy. I always have trouble with these teardrop shapes. Ugh, good enough. It's a weird looking shape. I think because this isn't a point, maybe too. Maybe I need to make that round. Does this side have them? Yeah. I feel like I can do better. It's these points. These points are no good. We don't want points. It's too sharp. Another problem is this little nub. We'll just keep moving. Valentine's Day waits for no man. We might not draw the inner shapes. We might do a, what's it called? Like an offset path. And see if we can fake it. Yikes. Let's back up. I try and do horizontal and vertical curves, and then I abandon it so quickly. No point in going back now. All right. So we have another shape done. And let's see what this looks like. First of all, let's turn off the transparency. All right, let's see what happens if we take some of these shapes. Or probably all of them. So everything but let's do all of them, that's fine. And then object, path, offset path, -1. So it's not perfect. We want to join at the round maybe. See how it cuts it out a little bit? What if we do -0.5 pixels? And we say the miter limit is 1. I don't know what this does, miter limit. Nothing. So I could do something like that. 0.7, 0.8. .9. See what it looks like. I don't like it. Thanks, I hate it. Okay. All right, so what am I gonna do? Let's move on for now. If we have to draw these inner shapes, we can. But I don't want to yet, and I don't think we have to. So what do we have so far? We have some stars. Let's group this. Let's group this. Let's group this. This will end up way smaller, but let's leave everything the same size for now. We can just say we have double the amount of stars. We can make these just slightly bigger. And we can transform, reflect. Did I make more stars just then? I think so. Now let's make these a little smaller. Look, now we have so many different types of stars. These have to all be one shape, so we're grouping all these. Yeah, these are all different. I think the twinkles need to be on the same. Or the twinkles on the top or the bottom. I think they were on the bottom. I feel like that should stay consistent. Have you ever tried to do randomness? It's very hard. It's very hard to be random. You're all too organized for randomness. Chaos is hard to achieve. All right, let's keep going. This one won't be so hard. How am I going to do these flowers? I think I ignore these back two. If I don't ignore these two, It's like a nice 3D effect with those like being behind, but I can't do it with just one color. Let's ignore these back two for now. This top shape is weird. Okay. How am I gonna do this? The more symmetrical these are, the better they look. I'm not even gonna say what that looks like. A leaf. Do I do this little shape on the inside? Yeah. I feel like that one really fell apart at the end. That looks really weird in there. Let's clean this up. Let's leave it. That's a pretty curve. I like that curve. Let's stay good. How did I already screw that up? This needs to go way out. All right, so this curve is basically all this handle right here is doing the whole workload. What's going on here? Doesn't matter. Good enough. Move on. think I'm gonna, see, this is already 2-color. I think I'm gonna draw it all as 1 color. We're gonna ignore these pieces here. If I'm not an expert at the pen tool before this project is completed, I probably still won't be an expert afterwards either. Oh, that's a weird looking flower. I think these are mountain bluebells. Could be wrong. Mountain bluebells are edible. A nice garnish for your salad in the summertime. Unless these are not mountain bluebells. And don't eat any flowers, because I said. Oh, how did I do this other curve? Okay. I think it was this thing doing all the work right here. I don't think I need this thing. How did I do that with one? This comes this way. Pretty good. Oh, let's make these ones too. What have I done? What am I doing? Why can't they just both be on the same side? Just overthinking it. All right. That looks good. Okay, why? Why though? Because you're in the back? Okay, that just looks... Oh, I didn't do the inside. Oh, I screwed up there. Ugh. Shit. It's okay. What do I do? Whoops. We just get rid of all of these. Got ahead of myself there. What is going on? Why is it acting like that? Why is it doing that? Why are you being weird? Pen tool, what are you doing? What the heck? Why is it starting from such a weird place? It's fine here. So why is it being weird here? Why are you being weird? Pen tool? Are you fixed now? No, you're being weird. Welcome to my stream where I'm yelling at my tool. My Adobe Illustrator. Welcome to a normal Friday. This is annoying. We're gonna save this file and leave, close it, and come back. Stay tuned. We have a little technical difficulties. All right, let's see if that fixed it. What is going on? It's like this whole shape is cursed now. Do I just finish it like this? This is very weird. Why is it doing that? Pen tool automatically curving? No. Troubleshoot. Illustrator issue. Why would it be doing this? It's no fun. Oh, and because I close it and open it again, I can't Command Z out of this. What do I do? What do I do? Let's start from the other side. Let's see if the other side has this issue. It does not. This line is cursed over here. That is fine though. I don't know what's going on over there on that side of the room. Now we just have to follow this one down. We're back on track. We'll meet up with the faulty Bezier curve later. Oh, is it doing it? No. If you're just joining me, I'm outlining a bunch of cool, I don't know what to call them, building drawings that I saw in Vail. I'm vectorizing them all, and then I'm gonna use them as flourishes on some Valentine's Day cards. And because the inspiration came from Vail, they're called Valentine's Day cards. And they'll have some hokey ski Valentine's messages with them. We're putting everything together. We're putting Vail, Colorado ski trip, and we're mashing it up with Valentine's Day. Because you can get design inspiration from anywhere. And that's what we're doing. We're just drawing happy little Bezier curves. Yikes. What did I do here? What is that? Okay. All right, will this look better than the last one? Probably not. This is a weird shape to do in one color, maybe. That came out pretty good, though. Not really. Ultimately, I should do these in like, let's see if we can do it with the eraser. Ultimately, I think these flower shapes need to be separate. Let's see if we can just cut it out with an eraser, though. This is going to be difficult. Is this how you use an eraser? It's been a while. How about 1 point? Okay. Should be smaller even. But that's your idea. That already looks better. Let's see if it's not transparent how it looks. You can kind of tell that I just erased those lines. It doesn't look as pretty as the rest of the thing. What can we do about that? Let's use a smaller eraser and then we'll clean it up. 0.3. Yeah. Oh, I have such an unsteady hand. Okay. We can do this though. Come on. I shouldn't be in the art sub. Is this more makers and crafts? What do you think? Or is this art? I hate that. I hate the word art. I feel like it's old. All right, we're gonna leave that. Still looks like I drew it. It's just separated a little bit. We just gotta make it messy a little bit, like that. Yeah, that's what. And then how else can we do it? I think that even improved it. We'll call that good. We have to move along. All right, if you're just joining us, this is what we've done so far. Got some stars. We're making Valentine's Day cards. But first, we're taking inspiration from the shapes from images I took in Vail Village. This one's got some nice colors. You can take some color inspiration off of this too. Oh man. I feel like I should move along. I feel like the two that I'm really going to use are these two. I don't even want to draw this right now. Let's move to this thing. God, this thing's going to be hard too. Does it repeat at all? I'm going to have to change the perspective on this one too. One on this side, one on this side, one on this side, overlap. Overlap up, overlap down. No, no. Overlap up, overlap down. No, no. So it's like a 4. It's almost like it repeats. I don't think I can do repeating now. I think I might have to draw this whole thing. I'll piece it together though. I'll piece it together. I'll do the flower as one image. I'll do the curves and the dots as one, and I'll do the leaves as one. I'll just have to piece this thing together. I think these are wild irises. This is a flower lesson and graphic design. Mountain bluebell. Got it right. Actually, I don't think it's a wild iris. I think it's a columbine. Actually, that looks like a wild iris right there. That's backwards. It might be a columbine. That makes more sense. Columbine flower. Yeah, that's what it is. It's pretty. State flower of Colorado. So here we have columbines. And then it's actually really cool. And then over here, or is it this design, is mountain bluebells. Which you can pick any and put in salads. Oh, mountain salad. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to stretch, I'm going to get some water, and I will be right back. All right, welcome back. We are making Valentine's Day cards, but first we are taking inspiration from these cool flourishes on buildings in Vail. We've already gotten 4 done. We have at least 2 to go. I know I'm going to use this one and this one. I know I'm going to use this one. This one might take a long time. We might fake this one. We'll see. We might bring this into Photoshop and do this kind of the live trace way. This one's really complicated. And I could honestly probably do this with all of it, but we're getting pen tool practice. We have 2 layers here. We have a reference layer and a design layer. The reference layer is where the photos are. Since I took these all facing upward, they're all skewed a little bit from the perspective, so we just want to change the perspective of these. We do that under Edit. First we unlock the layer, then we go to Edit, Transform, Perspective. Man, this feels wrong. There we go. That feels right. I almost just want to... I feel like there's even an easier way to do it. I feel like it used to be easy, and then I forgot. It's not free. Is it free transform? No. I think you can hold... Like that's one way to do it. This might be one way to do it. Okay. It almost doesn't matter. Really what we need to do at the very least is we need to get this to be should have done this when I was in Lightroom. I feel like it's very easy to do this in Lightroom. Let's get our rulers up. Maybe some guides can help us. Is R not rulers? View, rulers, Control R, okay. So the only perspective we need to change is let's back up. Okay. Let's put in some reference lines. And maybe now the perspective tool will be easier. I almost want to say skew or distort would be the right way. Let's see what skew does. Yeah, I feel like skew is what I'm looking for more than anything. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. For some reason that doesn't feel right. Good enough? We're gonna call it good enough. Does it look weird now? Should I stretch it? Should I unstretch it? How come it's not stretching? Layer, flatten image. Yikes. Does it look better flatter or taller? I feel like the flowers need to be like this. Yeah, let's call that good. Let's call it good. Layer, flatten image. And then instead of saving it, I just close it and then it saves it as a JPEG anyway. Cool. All right, we're gonna do this in lots of different ways. We're gonna do the lines as one, we'll do the flowers as one, we're gonna piece this all together. Let's start with the flower. I think to do this as one, we might just have the purple be one, the purple and the orange be one, and then this white circle here. We're gonna do this in one color. It's pretty good, it's really sharp. It's a little sharp for my tastes. That feels better. And then for the sake of a flower, let's, instead of duplicating it, every petal is unique. It's very Bob Rossian advice or observation. Every vector curve is imperfect. I wonder if there's a way to start with no fill always. I don't want to have to keep telling it to remove the fill. But it's not bothersome enough. Just gonna deal with it. It's looking pretty good. I feel like my streams need to be music, have music somehow, but I don't know how to do that. I'm listening to music, but I feel like it's not legal to have music on my stream. Does anybody know? These curves have to be nicer. I saw there was something that like I could have like a Monster Cat app and have some like chill wave beats. I don't know if that's what they're called, but I'd listen to it. I feel like you don't want clicking. If we're not talking and we're just clicking, that looks awesome. I like it. I like how it turned out. The beauty of this stuff is in the color, though. We'll have to see how it's all shaping up and how we add color later. We're not worried about color right now. I like how these middle petals are implied. Pretty good shape. Let's make that a group. And let's just put a couple of these out there. I can tweak them a little bit and make them more unique just by skewing them a little bit. But let's not worry about that right now. How many of these are we gonna do? Let's do all of them. Is a columbine if it's black and white? Does it have to be purple and orange? Yellow? What am I doing wrong here? V. Just moving this one flower down the vine. Okay. Now let's add these lines. This should be pen tool 101 right here. We're going to stay horizontal and vertical the whole time with our curves. And this should be pretty easy. I feel like being in the art category is probably wrong. I feel like everybody could draw this real easily. I need to be in the makers category where this is unique. I feel like everybody in the art category could draw this. What happened here? Where did this go? Is this fake? Does this vine just end? Does it go there? We had such a good rhythm going. Does it just go like this? Is it a nice vine? Is it the same? No, not even close. We'll just have to make another line. We won't worry about the edges of these right now. We can probably apply some cool brush to the stroke at some point. That's pretty cool. Except for this curve right here is not cool. He will be dealt with. You're cooler already. Now you're cool. Now you're still a little weird, but that's okay. All right. Leaf time. Are all the leaves different? We'll do these leaves look the same a little bit. I feel like all this was just free painted. I'm bastardizing it. Let's do a couple designs. 1, 2 design. We'll see what happens. It looks like I should make this part, the stem, part of one of the leaves. I'll have to do stems for these flowers also. I don't have to draw all of these flowers though, I don't think. I'm not gonna. It's a little sharp. I'm not digging the sharpness. I think we need another point over here. That already looks better. Didn't there used to be like a creators or graphic design category? I'm judging myself against all the artists. It's a different medium. It's not perfect. It's a little wilty. It's all weird. This needs to come to a point more. This thing, it just needed that. It just needs a little extra. Not at all. A little one of these. Is that what it needs? Is that what it needs? Looks a little weird. First thing, this thing looks... I didn't realize it needed to be so precise to look organic here. I think that's better. We'll call that good. We don't like curves, or we don't like points. We need curves. We need curves, everybody. We need curves in our lives. Bezier curves. I think that's gonna look good. Am I allowed to sing my music? No way do I have to draw every single one of these. I mean, it wasn't hard. I do have to draw every single one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's too many. No, they'll repeat. They'll repeat. Okay. It repeats here. Does it repeat here? No. I really should have combined all these shapes before I started doing this. Okay, so at least those are duplicated. So I still have to draw a lot, but this is coming together. This is looking nice. What does everybody think? If you don't know what we're making, Valentine's Day cards. Valentine's Day cards. Because I was in Vail and I saw all of these flourishes on these buildings and I wanted to use them for hokey Valentine's Day messages. It'd be really cool if I could get them letterpressed, real fancy cards. Fancy cards for fancy people. What does everybody think of Vail? I will say I've never seen as much leopard print and cowboy hats together. I love it. What happened to my shape here? I went weekday skiing, but you would not know in Vail that it was a weekday. It was busy. And it was kind of cold and flat light, so I wasn't able to ski too many bumpy back bowl type stuff. The light was just so flat, and I had my wrong goggle lenses in. So I skied the groomers, the bloomers, and the grainers, and it was so much fun. I was riding the chair alone. I didn't have my ski partner with me. Thought I'd be bored, but I did okay. What a weird looking shape. It works. It works though. Where do you continue down here? Probably. So do I have to make these other two still? At least this one I have to make. I don't know if I like it overlapping the flower. But it's not up to me. Looks like a raven's head. A raven is a very popular logo in Colorado. Probably ravens, eagles, maybe more eagles actually. Everything has an eagle logo. Yeah, it looks a little weird. Is that okay though? Yeah. We can move it up potentially. Out of the group. You could technically move it up if we wanted to. Let's leave it for now. What is this? Who are you? Who are you? What leaf are you supposed to be? Are you your own leaf? You look like lips. Well, let's draw you. I'm messing this one up. This one looks like lips. Is this the original artist's lips that they painted into this building? Oh, good lines, good lines. Good shapes. I love it. All right. So can I reuse any of these? These all seem to curve this way. Like, can I use this one? Right here. Can I use it again though? Is this it? I don't really have too many of these that go downward. Looks like I have to make a few. Do I have this one? I have to make all these downward facing ones. Or maybe I don't have to make all of them. All right. If you're just joining us, we are making Valentine's Day cards, and our inspiration is flourishes on these European-inspired buildings in Vail. Really cool. I don't know what to call it. Facade? Flourishes, I used to know. In Europe, they like mix the paint with the mortar maybe, and it lasts for a really long time. I don't know if that's how it's done here, if it's just paint on these. Don't know what I'm talking about also. But these cool, I don't know, painted facades on buildings. We should do more of this. Every building deserves to be painted. Cool, it's coming together. It's coming together. I feel like you need the color for it to read as a columbines. Yeah, the shape is columbine shape. Maybe it doesn't matter. I've got one more leaf. One more leaf. Am I going to get copyright strikes? Another leaf, another design. I finished. Does anybody else grow up on Andrew Lloyd Webber? Just me? I think that's coming together nicely. I feel like you could do this with a projector pretty easily, but just project onto a building and paint it. This guy feels a little crowded. Right by the lips. I'll leave it. We will leave it. All right. No, we have the dots. We have dots. We need to make lots of tiny dots. The Alt key is your friend here. like lots of quick dots. Except when they don't stick around. I don't know if they should touch. I'm gonna have them not touch the sides or each other. Social distance dots. Is this an eye test for anybody else? I mean, the painter got really lazy with the dots up here. Maybe you just can't. I shouldn't. The painter did a great job. Yikes. I wonder if all the dots have to be different sizes to look cool. It does not matter. I did something similar in a Polish town called Zakopane, a mountain town in is it the Tatra Mountains? I think it's the Tatra Mountains. And they have these amazing wood carving, but it's all vines and flowers. Mountain communities love their flowers. Ooh, I still have to draw these lines for speaking of flowers. Yeah, that looks nice. Let's do these lines. So this is kind of a problem since we don't have white here. Let's see what we can do with just lines like that. It'll work for this stuff, like right here, it'll work pretty easily. But when it meets these whites, it won't look as good. We might have to go back and do something. It's not very organic. There we go. I feel like I know how I'm going to clean these up, but I'm not going to worry about it right now. What's this thing? Oh, it's a signpost or a light post. We don't need to draw that in. Well, that is looking pretty cool. Let's keep going with our dots. We have a lot of dots. All right. Welcome to the dot show. If you could be a dot, what kind of dot would you be? Orange dot, elliptical, perfect circle. You would. I think these are so small it doesn't matter that they're perfect. Not perfect, but completely duplicated. I think it's just serving the purpose of texture. This is a good way to make a one-color design seem like a two-color design when you start adding different textures and patterns. Stay there. Stay, you little dots. Dots. Is anybody else a rock climber? Just gonna talk to myself until people talk to me. Dots. 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 But when you're rock climbing, this is what? Dots. What's Chris Sharma's favorite shape? Dots. Okay. What's your favorite ice cream? Dippin' Dots. I thought it would have been Haagen-Dazs. What's your favorite car? A Datsun? Okay. What's your favorite dog? A Dachshund. What are your favorite pair of slacks? This one doesn't work. Dockers. Dockers. That one didn't work. We're done. Done with the dot jokes. Streaming by myself, making dot jokes. Is streaming gonna make me crazy? Talking to myself. Captain's log. I've entered a weird universe full of dots and curves. I think I might be going crazy. Just waiting for someone to chat in and tell me there's a very much easier way of doing this. You know when you work a lot on something and then you don't save it? Let's save it right now. Save early, save often. It's the motto of this stream. Save early and save often. If you are playing Skyrim, if you are working in Adobe. What is this dot? I think there's dots here. I know there's a pole. Where's freeforming? We've learned along the way, and we know how to make dots. Those look a little close, to be honest. Okay, we gotta go back to their instruction. The orange splotches. If you're just joining us, this is a brand new Steam game. It's called Move the Dots. It's in beta. They have me just promoting it, dot game. You try and avoid the lines, and you only put dots in the middle. So far we're doing okay. There's no scoreboard, just like Battlefield. But it's a fun game. I don't know. It's kind of like with fidget spinners and stuff like that. The goal is to put them. Now, you don't do too much of a pattern. That's where you'll lose the game if you do that. You have to be random. The goal of today is to be as random as we can with our dots. So there we go. And we are streaming great. Bad content. But look, our dots have paid off. It looks a little weird here, but we're gonna trust the process. Let's finish strong. Finish strong. One more leaf of dots. Dot game, you feel it in the wrists. Pro dot players, they usually wear wrist protection. Their alt button, they usually have a pad on their finger. You don't see many pro e-gamers, is that what they're called? With padded finger gloves, but it's necessary in this. We're not random enough. I played Dot Game when it was out on Apple IIgs, and it looked the same. You wouldn't know. There we go. And we are done. We got through it, y'all. Okay, so some of these things are not, I think we have 2 strokes and the rest are shapes. And we will add color later, but let's convert these into fills for now. And let's leave our design file, but if we resize this, our stroke wouldn't resize, or it would resize. Well, I can show you what it would do. So I made, now everything here is a fill. No, we still have these lines here. How do I do this? I think I can. Can I isolate this? Select, same, stroke, wait. I did it. Object, expand. Okay. Oh, these 2 don't have. These 2 don't have fun things coming out. What should we do? Well, let's make them. We gotta do a little bit better than that. It's gotta be curvy. I'm doing that one all wrong. This one, I'm not sure we'll even use this one. We might as well give it a stem. I'd like to attach it. Let's have it come down. There we go. That looks okay. Object expand. So now I can go back to what I was saying before. Let's group this. So this is made up of strokes and fills. This is all just fills that you can see. And this is made up of strokes and fills, as you can see. And all different colors. Do I have multiple colors going on here? No. But you can see now if I resize these two, I want them, if I'm going to resize it, I want everything to be a fill, because in the stroke, it's not going to work how I wanted it to. The stroke weight sometimes stays tiny, which it did there. So that looks kind of ridiculous. Whereas that still maintains the weight of everything that I wanted. So I'll save my original file here, because just in case I want to come back to it. But this is the one I'm going to move over. And now we have 5 designs done. I think it's starting to take shape. We're going to want to do something like this. Transform, reflect. Okay, can I even like flip it so it looks different? Yeah. And then we'll have something here. Look how pretty. Maybe we'll have some stars at the top. The stars might be a little too out of place. Maybe we'll have stars. Maybe we have a bluebell. It doesn't look, we might have to, it doesn't look completely cohesive. But maybe that's all just sizing. The stars are the most out of place here. That could be okay. I can't really extend these, that would look weird. And I can't really duplicate them unless I duplicate them like this. And maybe maybe these things bookend. I think that's what they did in the actual thing too, here. No. Oh, yeah. Did. So maybe. Now we're cooking with gas. This is ridiculous. Kinda like Vail, Colorado. It's cool to have all these flourishes though. You can't really have a bluebell go upside down. Ooh, I kind of like it upside down like that though. None of this really matters right now anyway, but I'm creating these frames for Valentine's Day, hokey Valentines. Valentine's Day cards. That's what we're making, Valentine's Day cards. And we need things in here that say, you're my friend, even on a powder day. And we'll find some good fonts later. That's not the goal of today. You're my friend, even on a powder day. Or will you ride first chair with me? What else? Now we're copywriting. Now we're coming up with cool copy. Be my Valentine. With an apostrophe? Just Valentine. Valentine. Be my Valentine. All right, let's do one more. Let's do one more. And let's do this one. It's a cool color, man. All right, what am I gonna do here? First, I'm trying to isolate the border. So we want to skew it a little bit. Unlock the layer. Image. Free transform. No. How did I get that before? It's just Command T. What just happened there? What is going on? Control T. There we go. So now let's try skew. I feel like skew does what we want. Let's put all the rulers. Guides. Let's put all the guides. Come on, guides. This is getting kind of ridiculous, but I guess I was looking up high at this, so it makes sense. That might be as good as it needs to be. That looks pretty straight. That looks pretty straight. These look pretty straight. And now I just need to hit enter. And now I need to just extend this a little bit. Control T again. Nope, can't see anything. Now I just need this window to look correct. Actually, let's make the flower look correct. Looks pretty good. Okay. Step 1 done. Hide guides, hide ruler. Clear the guides. We don't need you. What was I doing? Okay. Guides, gone. Ruler, gone. Now I still need to isolate this. So we can crop everything. Image crop. Now we just need this window to be gone and just to be red like this. We can just get rid of the window. Maybe we can paint it all just red. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. What's brush? B. I thought it was something weird. Let's spray paint this window. We don't need you, buddy. Yeah, done. It'll do the job. It'll do the job we need. Oh, look at those cool cracks. Okay. We can finish this with a mix of brush tool and maybe the spot healing. Ugh, gross. Why can't I just have a normal... This is another reason why I don't belong in the art category. I think everybody in this category knows these brush tools way better than me. There should be a graphic design category, and I'm gonna pioneer it. Oh yes. Oh yes, there will be a graphic design category on Twitch. I'm sure of it. Because everyone wants to see this. Okay, these highlights are going to be an issue. Maybe. Let's see what we can do. Let's look at the image. Threshold. Pretty good. Actually, that was pretty perfect. That was actually pretty easy. I'm losing stuff over here, but that's okay. I'm trying to balance losing on the right and gaining on the left, because that's probably sunlight gradient. We're going to call that threshold good. Done. All right, invert. C'est magnifique. Flatten image. And we'll save it. Sounds good. And now we'll go back in here and we'll bring it into this. So this is the quick way to not do all of this. And this actually already looks like a card. All right, so we're in the image trace tool panel here. We just took this image from Photoshop, this JPEG, brought it in as a raster. Up at the top, when we have the image selected, we went to image trace. Then we open this menu, which will give us some more options because we're not done turning this into a vector yet. So we'll ignore white, and we're going to try and get as many curves. It's a balancing act. So let's zoom in a little bit here. I don't like these little artifacts here. This is what makes it look image traced, which isn't perfect. But by playing with some of these dials, we can kind of mess with it. We want our corners to be actually low here. This is going against most of the things I usually do here. And we want our paths to be low. What happens if I do that? I kind of want stuff to be as organic as possible. It's actually pretty good. We have little artifacts here that we can get rid of. I'm not digging this shape right here. What happens if we bring the paths back up? And the corners. This is what I would normally do, bring these both up pretty high. Bring noise down really low. Yeah, that's not what we want for this. We don't want all these little dots. So actually we'll bring noise up pretty high. Looks like crap, but we got rid of the noise. And now let's just see what looks good here. I feel like this looks pretty good. Like, what about no paths and no corners? Now that's too little. That doesn't look good at all. 30% paths. That's starting to look great, great shapes. That looks pretty good. Let's leave it. Let's call it. And then hit expand. And now we got it. And now we can, we'll replace this. We're going to replace these shapes here. Transform, reflect. And there we go. So what was better, spending 6 hours hand doing all this? Or spending 2 minutes doing this quickly? All right, well, phase 1 is done. I feel like all my flourishes and borders are mostly done. Let's see what's next. Gotta look at the list. I'm probably not gonna do these 2 right now. I might do this one before it's all done, but I'm kind of sick of the pen tool for the day. So what else? I wanted to make some ski lines. These were actually pretty good ski lines right here. I wonder if I've been drawing in my reference layer the whole time. No, I've been in the design layer. That's the cool thing about designing in different layers. All your designs here, all your reference stuff here, you can quickly delete this. See, those don't really look like ski lines. They need to be a little more perfect. Transform, reflect. And like that, but I think they need to be perfect. How am I gonna do that? How do you make mathematically perfect curves? I think I'll need a grid. Let's create a grid layer. Stop using the word layer after every layer. It's unnecessary. All right, so we have a grid layer. How are we gonna make it? Let's make it with lines. I need a top, I need a middle, and I need a bottom. And I need some vertical lines for the up. Go rough here. I think I'm doing this right. We start here, go up, go down. Might be too steep of a turn. It feels good. Needs to be vertical. It doesn't have to be vertical right now, though. Would we start in the middle? We'd start on an end. We can design on the design layer. I needed one more. Actually, I think that's enough. I think that's enough. And then how do you make perfect powder turns? Are those good powder turns? No. Perfect. Figure 8 powder turns. Ooh, those are perfect. How come that's the only picture? Are they called powder 8s? It seems like a tournament. How are mine different than that? I think it's good. That's better. Right now I need them to come up into is another way to get good at the pen tool tracing. Or simple shapes. We need a plus, maybe right here. I need to join these two shapes in holy matrimony. And then I think I can get rid of it. There we go. There we go. Let's do the same thing. Join the 2 points. Get rid of the thing. Oh. Oh. Nope. Nope. Yikes. Even put 2 little skis down here. Probably make it all round corners. Transform, reflect. might end it right here. All right, let's see if there's anything else to do today. We could do heart snowflakes. We could do the heart with the ski pole. I feel like we can do that tomorrow. Yeah, let's do all that tomorrow. Okay, I think I'm gonna call it. Thank you for joining me today. If you stuck it through, if you watched the video, I know I didn't have lots of streamers watch it, or I didn't have lots of viewers, but hopefully you find this and you're interested in graphic design. Today I'm making Valentine's Day cards. Valentine's Day. I was skiing and I'm gonna make some hokey Valentine's Day cards, and I was inspired by the buildings here in Vail, all these flourishes, and so we use the pen tool a lot to create and recreate all these different elements. We're going to turn them into borders. Not sure that this is what it's going to look like. We're going to combine it with this type, but we'll find some good fonts to use. We have some cool elements like these ski lines that are hearts as well. And we have a few more things, a few more little punny things that we're going to mess with. Maybe snowflakes with hearts as snowflakes. Maybe instead of an arrow going through a heart, it's a ski pole. So we're going to have a lot of fun tomorrow. That's what we're going to be doing. We're also going to jump into Figma a little bit and mess with auto layout and variants. We're going to keep with the Vail theme, the ski theme, and we'll make some cool components, ski trail signs. So that'll be fun. And then I have some funky Photoshop stuff where it's called Trees and Skiers, but we'll get into that tomorrow. Thank you for joining my stream. And I'll probably be streaming tomorrow at around 10 or 11 a.m. Mountain Time. All right, I'll see you.